Hi everyone, I'm Belle and this is Jack. And today we are going to go over some exercises in strengthening, stretching, and myofascial release to help when your shoulders get a little sticky from training. So let's get started. Before we begin, just a reminder, I am not a doctor, I am not a physical therapist. I am a athlete, a trainer, and a coach, and these are things that I have found that have helped my personal body stay out of pain and be able to do what I really, really, really love. But it is important to check in with your doctor, your physical therapist, your coaches, anyone who is in charge of your healthcare before you start anything new. When trying things that you see online, please take with a grain of salt. Trust your body, be safe, don't do anything that doesn't feel right for your body or you've been told not to do by a professional in the field. All right, now that that's out of the way, along with the recovery that I'm going to show you, I also really love red light therapy. That's what I'm currently sitting behind now. It can help with collagen production. It can help with muscle recovery at a cellular level. It's warm, so it just feels good that way. I am also on a heating pad to warm up my muscles so they're more elastic as I move them. It also helps with circulation. There are a lot of differing thoughts on ice, so again, do your research with it. I love cold therapy. I will probably try and do contrast therapy later today where you get in a sauna and then you jump in an ice bath, and it's really jarring, but I found a lot of benefits in my personal recovery for it. Again, there's a lot of contradicting beliefs, so make sure you do your research and listen to what feels good in your personal body. All right, well, I'm glad you're here, and let's do some recovery. To begin, we're going to open up your pecs, open up your shoulders with 1 minute of a doorway stretch. I have my timer here. 1 minute on the timer begins now. Make sure your elbow is in line with your shoulder on both sides. Make a goal post and then take 1 foot, lunge forward until you feel the stretch on your pecs. Now, this is also really good if you have a tendency for your shoulders to roll forward, if you need to work on posture, if you're texting on the computer, driving, all of those things. Super important to open up your chest, but particularly if you train a lot of aerial handstands where you build a lot of muscles in your pec, it's important to stretch and release those muscles often. 1 more full breath in, exhale, and that one's done. Good job. Next, let's get into some mobility. Make sure you have plenty of space for your arms to reach out to the side, up, and behind you. Go ahead and begin with some giant arm circles forward. Create a beautiful diameter as you get all the space in between your shoulders. And then slowly begin to make this circle smaller. As your circle becomes the smallest it can be, pinch a walnut in between the base of your shoulders. So right where your bra line would be. You're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go backwards, starting with those big circles. Notice what pops, what cracks, what aches. Maybe imagine a food that you feel like today. So I am definitely on the Rice Krispies side, snap, crackle, pop. And then find stability as you move into strength. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and together on your back. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then let them go. Let's do that a few times. Be dramatic with your movement. You're here for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Forward and back. Come forward and retract them back. See how far you can pull them forward and then glide them into support behind you. You're here for 4, for 3, last 2, and last 1. Reach one arm up, touch in between your shoulders. The other hand comes behind. It will look like this. And you're just going to switch between both sides. So you're creating more range of motion around the joint. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and take your right hand, serve a tray. You're going to come out, wash the hair, wash the face, throw it away. Come out, wash hair, wash face, throw it away. Hair, face, throw it away. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Hold your platter. Wash your hair, wash your face, throw it away. Good. For 4, for 3, sometimes it gets a little wonky. For 2, and for 1. Awesome job. Next, you want to grab a ThoroBand. Take a moderately wide distance. Always start a little wider and you can narrow your stance if you need to. Create some tension on the band and then begin to do those circles backwards and then forwards. Try it out a few times at this distance. You want to keep your elbows relatively straight. So if you're having to do some kind of funky dance to get it through, that's not quite the goal we're looking for. So instead, keep it wide so you can keep the integrity of the lines as you move through space. If this feels really easy, go ahead and narrow your stance. Continue to create that tension and then find that open and close movement. If an area feels particularly tight, you can rock a little side to side. You could go up and down, kind of floss it out. You could come to the top, side bend to the right, and then side bend to the left. You can draw circles on the ceiling. My back just cracked. Maybe yours will too. Felt great. And then travel the opposite way. Come back to center. You're going to take your palms up, holding the band looped right across your palms. Reach your strap up or your band up right about shoulder height. From here, you're going to give a little pull, rotate your thumbs back, and then bring them forward. Try to keep your ribs down and your lower abdominals lifting up as you create this tension. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Go ahead and take your band, step on the center of it, place both of the tails into your right hand, and then pull your arm up, come down, and lift up. Try to keep your ribs down, shoulder engaged. I'm going to put my hands a little higher so that there's a little less tension. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch it out, opposite side. Step on that band. Place the tails in your hand. Find stability of your core, your back, and then stabilize as you work on that internal and external rotation. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Awesome job. Next exercise, you'll need a smaller yoga block. A rolled up towel will do something to anchor your ThoroBand on. I do pole dancing. I have a pole. That's what I'm going to use. Go ahead and take your ThoroBand. Wrap it around whatever object gives you stability. Go ahead and take your tail, pull it out, rotate away from your tail until your arm is behind you, shoulder rolled slightly forward. From there, I'm going to press down, extend outwards. I realized I need a little more of that band, so I'm going to readjust. From here, again, set up with a strong foundation, reach out and try to come out and then back in. Again, out and back in. Let's do a few of these. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it out, opposite side. Grab your band, turn away. Find your shoulder placement. Press down and reach out. Let's do 4 more. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Switch out your hands. Place your block in between your side and your arm. Let me get a little closer to show this. So if I were to pull my arm in like this and do my rotator cuff drill, you see how my elbow is at an angle? It's not directly down. If I were to put a yoga block, a towel, something, see how that line is more up and down as opposed to being all the way in? This just depends on your anatomy. Some people, when they put their arm to the side, it is a straight line. Work with what your body has, make modifications and adjustments accordingly. It's okay, I promise. Setting back up, take your band, find your anchor, place your block, rotate your shoulder down and back, hold it stable, and then try to pull the band out for 10, 9, 8, 7, the shakes are okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. Good job. Let's do the other side. Take that block, place it under your arm, find your anchor point, and then begin. Make sure your back is upright, your ribs are closed, and you're actively working your transverse abdominis. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Next, you'll need a booty band. You can get these on Amazon, fairly light resistance because we're doing upper body. Go ahead and place your booty band onto your forearms. You're going to make a number 11. From the number 11 shape, you're going to pull out until there's tension on the band. You're going to find a wall, place your arms onto the wall, slowly try to climb up, keeping resistance on the band the entire way. At the top, you're going to open a few times and then crawl down. We're going to do this for about a minute. I'll set my timer and we'll begin. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Find that wall, create some tension on that band, and then begin to climb up, trying to keep your shoulders engaged. As you can see, it is actually quite challenging. Once you can't extend your arms anymore, you're going to lift up and we'll reach out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's spicy. Let's come on down. The quivers are real. I'm right there with you. You can do hard things. And just remember that this is helping keeping your shoulders safe as you train and move through life. That's my timer, but still give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Next, we're going to move to your elbow, forearm, and wrist. Reminder, I am not a doctor or a physical therapist. I'm an athlete and a trainer and coach. These are things that I've learned from my personal body that help me perform and live in less pain. But always, always, always check in with your doctors, your physical therapists, and your coaches before starting anything new. With that being said, I have some grip strength tools. I have a light weight, and I have this tool, which I lovingly refer to as the wrist rolly boy. It has an actual name. I don't know what it is. If you look up wrist and elbow rehab on Amazon, you should find something like this. You're going to roll it down, and then you're going to roll it back up. Now you can attach a weight to this. I'm not going to for today. I just want to get that movement going of the flexion and extension of the wrist so I can work on the muscles in the forearm, which helps stabilize the elbow and also help with the shoulder. Everything's connected. Let's do one more full roll down. And then one more full roll up. Cool. Moving on. Go ahead and grab your light weight. I'm actually going to use that yoga block once again. Stabilize through your shoulder. Find a nice lifted spine and then create a knocking motion. And then flip it. So now your palm is the opposite direction. And then go ahead and circle it out. Whew. Feeling that pump. Go the opposite way. And release. Switch it out. Opposite side. Begin with that knocking motion. You can do your palm up or palm down. I naturally start with my palm up. And then go ahead and switch. Go the opposite way. And then circles. Great job. Finding my grip strength tools. I like to multitask, so I'm going to do both arms at the same time and then switch it out. So I have this one, which is like a clamp, and I have this one, which is a circle. And I'm just going to work my grip strength in different angles on both sides. Now I'm going to rotate my wrist, see how that works the muscles differently. And then I'm going to switch hands. It was easier on the first side. Keep it up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and switch. And release. Great job. One more for grip strength. This guy, you can find it on Amazon. It's got a little holes in it. So you're just going to place your fingers and then you're going to go the opposite way. You can also do this with a rubber band. This one's a little challenging. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, opposite side. Let's work it out. Woo! Still hard, but the other side was a little more challenging. Let's do 4 more for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Place that to the side. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. As you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Place your right hand on the side of your head and then gently pull your ear towards your shoulder. Extend your left arm out on the diagonal and then press your shoulder down. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. And then you're going to rotate from the shoulder head. So you're going to dive the shoulder forward and then bring it back. Begin to climb up, reaching out, moving that shoulder all the way forward and back. Find that diagonal again. Try it with your hand rotated, palm up, and then reach it long. Inhale. As you exhale, gaze down at your right armpit. And then place your fingers at the side of your face. Look up towards the diagonal. Stretch your scalenes. And switch it out, opposite side. Drop your ear to the left. Place your left hand on the side of your head. Anchor down and then reach long through your right. From your shoulder head, you're going to roll it forward and back. And then begin to climb up, finding tension or stickiness, taking that just as information. Hold it long, find that extension, and then rotate, palm up. See if the angle changes the stretch. Inhale. As you exhale, gaze down at your left armpit. Get your levator scalp. And then place your hands at the side of your head. Reach up, look at the diagonal, stretch your scalenes. And release. Roll your shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Next, let's get into some recovery. I'm going to use a massage gun. This is the Bob and Brad massage gun. It's pretty good. I like the vibration on it and I like the intensity. This is really great for circulation, for myofascial release, for aiding in creating more mobility, range of motion around the joint. So I like to do this before deep stretching. I also like to help when I'm sore to release that lactic acid, that lactic buildup. So I'm gonna do the front part for, again, about a minute. You wanna avoid any bones. And I'm just doing the front part of my pec, right underneath my collarbone. Then I'm going to move to the top part into my upper trap and shoulder. And then I'm going to move as far as I can reach towards the back of my shoulder. It is easier and feels better if you have someone to do this for you. But we work with what we have, right? So let's begin. Now I'm also having discomfort through my bicep tendon, so I'm going to go ahead and get my bicep and tricep as well. Make sure to get your forearm. And then we'll switch out opposite side. Once again, about a minute. And then 1 minute for the back. Okay, finally getting into that bicep tendon, tricep, and forearm. All right, let's do another shoulder stretch for about a minute. Inhale your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring your right arm across. Left arm touches. Reach for either the back of your hands or try to make your palms touch. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and then pull your elbows down to your belly button. If you want a bonus neck stretch, tilt your ear to the right, so opposite of your top arm. And you're going to stretch all the way through that sternocleidomastoid mastoid, that rope-shaped muscle that's on the side of your neck. Deep breath in, big exhale, and release. Let's go ahead and do it on the opposite side. So inhale, arms up. Oh, let me start my timer. As you exhale, bring your left arm across. Connect your elbows, backs of hands or front of hands. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And then if you want that neck stretch, go ahead and tilt your ear towards the left. So this is great because this is getting in between your shoulder blades. It's getting the top of your trap, the side of your neck. It's working on compression, which helps your lymphatic system detox and eliminate waste with a little more ease, which is pretty cool. Deep breath in, full breath out, and release. Great job. Let's finish out with some recovery. I have my small yoga block. I have a tennis ball, a yoga wheel, and a foam roller. We're going to do each exercise for about a minute, starting with our pecs. So you're going to take that tennis ball. It's going to be supported on your yoga block. And you're going to place that tennis ball right at your shoulder. That is my cat, Wendy. She loves to stretch as well. My kitty cats are my coaches and my biggest cheerleaders. I have human coaches as well, but these are the ones that live with me, and they're cats. So let's get started. Go ahead and place that tennis ball right into your pec. Lie down on to that tennis ball right where your pec connects with your shoulder. It's pretty normal for this to be relatively spicy. If you want to just hang out for about 30 seconds, I'll let you know when your time to add movement begins. You can continue to stay here, or almost like you're making a snow angel on your belly, you're just going to reach your arm over your head and then back. And you'll probably feel some resistance. Sometimes when the muscles release, there's a little bit of a quiver, a little bit of a shake, and then the muscle will release from contraction. That's your time. I'm going to restart it. So 1 more minute, and you're just going to go up and down in a Y shape, and then slowly migrate down that semicircle, going up and down, noticing which part becomes achy. Drink lots of water. Your fascia will glide like honey when it's properly hydrated, which can help your body move better and ultimately help your body recover. Almost there, about 15 more seconds. Any movement that feels good, that you can really allow that release to happen, is welcome. There's your time. Let's go ahead and switch it out to the opposite side. Once again, you're going to place that ball right into the kind of tip edge of your shoulder. The timer starts now. Now, even if this isn't a really sticky shape, hanging out in this posture still allows the fascia to find expansion as it's working to expand over that object, so it's still creating more room for mobility. And then go ahead and find those snow angel shapes from a belly down position. About 5 more seconds here. Focus on your breath. All right, last one. We have those up and down movements, just going around that semicircle. Maybe forward and back, up and down. Just creating movement. Finding release of those knots that can appear in the fascia and around muscle tension and muscle tightness. About 15 more seconds here. And release. Great job. You can go ahead and place your foam roller and your ball to the side. Let me reattach my microphone here. Grab your foam roller and let's go ahead and do 1 minute, releasing through your side. Timer is starting now. Again, you can hang out if it's really spicy. You can rock forward and backwards. So the goal is to start to release the sides of your lats, your serratus anterior, which is this serrated muscle that lives kind of right here on the side of your rib cage, and then your intercostal muscles, which help with your diaphragmatic breath. Almost there. Get a little higher, like right at the base of your armpit. This one will be particularly sticky if you do circus arts, handstands, a lot of vinyasa yoga. There's your timer. Let's go ahead and switch it out to the opposite side. Coach Wendy coming in the background, making sure everything's good. Go ahead and set up. And then work on rolling forward, rolling backwards. Can you create more space for you to breathe? Your breath affects your nervous system. It affects your muscles. Pain management, which is great when you're doing things like myofascial release, because it's a little spicy. About 10 more seconds. Great job. Let's work again on opening up the shoulders, creating more mobility, and just finding a good stretch. We'll do each one of these exercises for a minute. If you have a longer foam roller, that's actually ideal, so you can have it support your head as well as your entire spine. I do not. I have a shorter foam roller, but I'm still going to use this. I have a tendency for my chin to sit forward, so I'm actually working on stretching and strengthening my neck to keep it lower so my head comes back into alignment. Choose the form that works the best for you. Check in with your doctor, your physical therapist, and your coaches. Listen to your body at all times. Let's begin. Go ahead and have a seat onto your foam roller. Plant your feet so you're balanced. If they're extended, it's still fine. It's just a little more of a core stability challenge. And then lay on back. So your entire spine is on the foam roller. Your time starts now. And we're just going to start in a goal post shape. Elbows out in line with your shoulders, mirroring what we did at the doorway. Now, if you have a tendency for that arch to happen in your spine, find engagement. Imprint your spine, pooch up your belly as you exhale. Draw your belly button to your spine, lift your hip bones up towards your ribs, and then engage all the way through your core. About 15 more seconds here. Spread all 10 toes out. Lift up through the arch of your foot and ground through your heel if your feet are planted. That's your time. Go ahead and find arm circles for, again, about a minute. Hi, Coach Wendy. Go the opposite way. Know that you can hang out with your arms overhead. Sometimes that can create a little bit of traction, so space in between the joints. You can find it with bent elbows touching the tops of your shoulders. That's your time. Let's do a few more. I'm going to set a timer on for a minute and we'll finish out these exercises. Time starts now. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards the sky. As you exhale, do a row. Pull your elbows towards the floor. Do that a few times, lifting up and down. Your shoulders go through protraction and retraction. Let's do 2 more. You're here for 2. On your last one, you're going to hold at the bottom. Hold. We call these robot arms. You're going to internally and externally rotate your shoulders, just diving up and down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Make your way off of the foam roller so you can either sit up or roll off. Come on up, place your foam roller to the side. And then if you would like a little more height, go ahead and grab your yoga wheel and we'll do the same thing, except we'll travel up our back, finding the stretch and release at each point. Start with your feet planted, that yoga wheel right up to your lower back, and then just relax down. If you would like, you can place your hands behind your head like you're doing a sit-up and allow gravity to pull your elbows down and open. If you would like, you can rest your arms out to the side. You can do a neck exercise. This is called chicken neck. And you're going to push your nose up and then pull it down. We'll do that about 10 times. You're working at your levator scap, which lives in the back of your neck, scalenes in the front, and then hold. There's your time. Go ahead and bring your yoga wheel a little higher up. Time starts now. If you'd like, you can bring your hands together, lift up and reach back. Find a tricep stretch here, anchoring down, and then bring your ribs together and towards the floor. So you're keeping your ribs closed. You can open your arms out to the side, give yourself a big hug, and then switch which arm is on top. That's time. Let's finish out with a few exercises from tabletop. Go ahead and find your tabletop shape. Train wheels with your shoulders. Roll them back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll them forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach your right arm up. As you exhale, thread the needle, feed it through, press into your left hand, find a little bit of rotation, stay here, or bring that left hand up and cradle your back, and then just breathe. Come back to center, place your hand down. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, tabletop. Opposite side, inhale, lift your left hand skyward. As you exhale, thread the needle. Press through your right hand, find a little bit of rotation. Inhale, high. Exhale, find the bind. Taking time to do all of this recovery can sometimes feel a little annoying, especially when you like to train really hard. But it's important to remind ourselves that this is training too, and just as important, sometimes more important than the really hard stuff. Place your hand down, inhale high, exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, smile your collarbones up. As you exhale, cat, dome out your spine, press into the ground. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Return to neutral. Keep your knees and hips where they are. Inhale, crawl your hands forward. As you exhale, puppy dog pose. Try to pull your shoulders down and back, but keep your ribs engaged. And then find a little bit of a lift of your chin in a spiral motion, almost like you're curling backwards. And then press your heart down. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not a physical therapist. Please check in with your health team and your coaches before you try any new exercises. These are things that I have done for my recovery as an athlete, as a performer, as a coach, and as a trainer, and they've helped me a lot. So I hope they help you too. But doing things online is never as valuable as seeing a professional in person. So please make sure you do that. Please make sure you check in with them before taking any advice you see online. I hope that you continue to follow your dreams, that your body feels healthy and happy and out of pain. Once again, my name is Belle. I'm so glad that you took time out of your day to work on some recovery for your shoulders. I can't wait to see you again soon.